Hey, back at it again. So, we got multiple. We got Claus, Be Heard back in the house.
That's gonna have to be on the shirt.
I haven't done anything on my YouTube channel so long.
Yeah, it's okay. We're kind of get back and forth with all this too. So,
Yeah.
So I'm trying to upload something for class real quick, and then you were just asking like, what were we gonna talk about today?
Yeah.
So, we just decided to get together with everybody and let's do it. But
Yeah.
I mean, what do you guys got? I got, I guess as far as like wrestling talk, I mean, obviously what Yazer. Did I see that they say the G isn't pronounced or
Yeah.
Dogu says Yazer?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know how, because I've been saying Dogu or
That's how
Dogu
I-
or whichever
yes,
forever
yeah.
now, and now I feel bad because I'm like, oh,
That's not right.
that's not right.
Right.
That was 2
Thanks,
weeks
Russia. It was 2
Yeah.
weeks ago, but
Like,
like,
I remember I was texting you about it while I was here when I was house sitting for you. I'd be like, yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
Snyder, Cox.
but yeah, the
Yeah,
big
no,
thing though was to me, and it's when I haven't, and see, I've talking about summer and time and everything
Mhm.
else, just like I haven't even really got to listen to some of the other ones, but I figure I'm going on this drive, which we'll talk about too. But the big one that I assume that other people have talked about already is Yanni.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yanni beat
Mm-hmm.
He beat Zayn.
beat
Yeah.
Zayn, and not only did he beat him, but then he went on to
He had that 9-0 comeback.
Yeah.
win the daggone thing. Huh?
He had that 9-0 comeback where the guy pretty much basically just quit him.
Yeah.
Just quit again. I mean, he just put that pressure on him, and the guy was laying down. I mean, there's a perfect picture. Someone that was like, this is the summary of the match. Guy's laying on his back, and the referee's kind of like signaling, like,
Yeah.
let's go, and he's just like laying there with his hands, like taking
Yeah,
a deep breath. And I mean, that one was impressive. When I saw the score, and it was
Yeah.
like going into,
9-zip.
I was like,
no, he broke dude for
Yeah.
real.
yeah,
But
which that's
just like,
hard to do.
but like the whole thing of like, I imagine that some people are like in uproar, like not in a bad way, but like this whole thing that happened with Final X.
Yeah.
He shows up to this. Not only do they hit again,
Yeah.
it's not even in the finals, but like he hits, he does it,
Yeah,
and
he
then he
works
goes on
on
to
it.
win it. It's not like,
Yeah.
maybe he won and then he didn't win,
Yeah.
but they were like, well, depending on Zayn would have won, or
Yeah,
daggone,
nah,
like, nah,
Yeah,
he
he straight came
Yeah.
in, and
it's like kind of like, man, like
Yeah.
like for real, going to Worlds. I mean, both dudes are good. Okay, I
Yeah,
mean,
of
there's no
course.
doubting all that. It's just, I mean, right now I'm a Yanni fan.
Oh,
Like,
of course.
the
Of
way he's been
course.
going. Now, my boy Devin likes Yanni, but he's a big Mizzou guy, so he's like, Ironman's gonna beat him when they wrestle again. And he's great. I mean, the only person that has beaten Yanni has been
Are you
Ironman.
talking about Devin, your son Devin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny. He's a Mizzou guy.
Yeah, he
I
loves.
might have to give him that Missouri hat that I got.
So I
never
find
really
that
wear it.
funny, but like, yeah, he's like.
I didn't know he was a Missouri guy.
Yeah, he just. I think was actually watching Flow and watching the one where they had the 2-part series on. But it's funny because he's watched the one on. I always watched. He watched all of them. He watched Magic Man, which
Yeah.
he really liked too.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, I don't know if that Missouri one just spoke to him, and he was
Yeah.
like, "That's my team." So he's got a Missouri hoodie, and we went to the FCA camp, and he met Grant Leith, and he
Mhm.
was just like over the top. He's like,
Yeah.
it's like Missouri guy, and then
Makes
he,
sense.
so.
You gotta love Mizzou though.
I
I have
mean-
a family that lives in Missouri, so I cheer for him by default a little bit. But yeah,
That's fair.
but yeah, Ironman's a solid wrestler. So I mean,
I
can.
mean,
is.
but
The way
they're both
Yanni-
taking Olympic red shirts next year, so
I mean, the way Yanni's been going, like I don't care.
I don't
Whenever they
think
meet
it-
again, I think Yanni.
I don't
I think it's all Yanni.
Anybody's gonna be
Yeah.
Yanni anytime soon.
what Devin
He's
said,
getting
what did
better.
Devin say? He goes, Yanni's been like the what did he get titled as? What do they call him? He was like beating every senior.
Yeah.
Like, he
Yeah.
beat Meredith. He beat who did he beat last year? Like he's been beating senior, and even on the
Yeah.
way, it's like somebody's gonna beat Yanni his senior year. I
I
was like,
hope not.
ooh, that'd be
God,
like.
that would be terrible.
It would be
Karma.
brutal, but but at the same time, I'm like, but at the same time, my boy called it though.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens in like,
How many?
2 years.
So speaking of,
He's got 2 years left. He's
speaking
gonna
of,
redshirt and then he's got 2 years. So
we'll just keep calling it Dogu or however you
we're gonna call it the Dogu for now because
Yeah.
we're uneducated fools and we are not working for Flow as of yet,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
So we can afford to do as such.
So how many goals did we get there? We had we had Snyder.
At least 3.
Yeah, I know we had at least 3. I think we had
3 or 4.
Snyder. We had
Jaden,
Jaden. You had Yanni.
Yanni.
JB.
JB. Obviously JB.
What did y'all think about
I'm
Chamizo not wrestling?
Well, let's get to that in a second, but let's
yeah.
count this one out. Cox. Did you say Cox?
Yeah, I said Jaden.
Okay, you did say Jaden?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Man,
think there was one more.
on
And then you had
mission
Downey.
right now.
Then you had Pat Downey. He
Pat
wrestled
Downey
for bronze.
wrestling for bronze. Like,
But he lost though. So
he did, and
but
then
still
like,
he
I
wrestled
think,
for bronze.
was it the match going into that bronze match, or was it the bronze match where they were like, can't believe they called it 4 for the other guy,
Yeah, no,
not,
it was,
not 4 and 4,
I
not
think
2,
that
like
was-
whichever. I was like,
That was the bronze match because I remember people saying like, "Oh, he got robbed. He got robbed."
I mean, it's international wrestling. It is what it is. I mean, but the fact that he's right there, you know,
Yeah.
is good for us.
Yeah.
You know, like, yeah, I know it's not DT, and I know he didn't get to wrestle in the Final X, but man, it's good for him. He's right there.
I saw a post.
You have submitted your assignment. Good.
So I saw a post on it on Flow. It was like who made
in a little bit.
it said pick 2 out of the 3 to be on the Olympic team. It was like Jaden, it was Snyder, and it was DT, and everyone was like, "This is hard." I mean, because when you think about it, it really is hard. Like,
Well,
you have to
anytime
pick-
you have to eliminate somebody, but at the same time, is this like in question to what potentially could happen with things,
Maybe.
or you know, yes, it is. Oh, he's not having that. Yeah, did they do it in a Russian accent? Y'all don't know.
Yeah,
I still
that-
can't understand it.
That was pointless.
Still rocking
I'm sorry.
the new old man hat, as has been referred to. So,
I've still got my Sly Fox one.
yeah.
Everyone's asked me about this. They think it's cool, and they're like, "Is that like a Fox racing hat?" And it fills me with anger. Like, it really does. I'm like, don't just stop for a minute.
Well, at the same time, like I had somebody ask me about one. I had the Sly Fox shirt on. They were like, "Is that San Francisco?" And I was like, he was like, "I was in San Francisco in '84," and I was like, "No, not quite, but at least you know." I was able to tell somebody about wrestling for a little bit.
Yeah, that's like I was actually while I was
Yeah.
on vacation. It was me and my aunt were talking about stuff. We were talking about how you have like Olympic athletes, you know, getting paid and all that. And they're like, "Oh, you know, if you're an Olympic athlete, you probably get money." I was like, "That's not true because that's how Dave Schultz
I hear
done
my
it."
voice. So let me go check on it. I'll be right back. You guys got this one for a minute.
Yeah. So I was like, pretty much that's how like Dave Schultz done it because the U.S. Olympic team, especially our wrestling team, we just don't get paid like the
Yeah.
Russians do. You know, Russian athletes they actually get paid to be on their Olympic team. So it's that led to the whole Foxcatcher Farm stuff and
I was looking for the pronunciation of this one. I just can't find it.
it's
Oh well, we'll just sound like a couple idiots. So.
yeah. But I mean, it's spelled Dogu. I don't
Yeah.
like
But
oof. That's a lot of
yeah,
ruckus.
but ruckus. But I mean, you know, things just have different pronunciations.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah. But
but no, how we looked there was pretty good.
yeah.
Well, I guess we'll talk about Chamizo when Purdy gets back. But yeah,
Yeah.
when I saw that, I was kind of
Did Snowflake go there?
I think so.
I
Yeah.
think so. I was glad she finally smiled.
Yeah, she did.
Dude, somebody really came at me because I commented on one of her pictures and said something about why don't you ever smile?
Yeah.
Somebody really came at me
I
asking
think I saw that actually.
why
Was it on
don't-
Instagram?
Yeah,
Yeah.
asking why I don't ask male athletes that.
Yeah. I
And
know, I
I'm
remember
like,
seeing
bruh,
that.
I'm sure she gets the joke about her not ever
Yeah.
smiling. Like,
I love me some Snowflake. Though.
oh yeah, she's so great. Just hashtag LFG.
LFG. Dude, we
That's
actually had a conversation about that not too long ago
Really?
about like what you like. It was funny, but at the same time, it's like that was like the worst thing to happen to. Not the worst thing, but like it was a bad timing of it.
Why?
Just simply because we were saying how like if you're trying to when you're trying to grow this sport and like trying to get it on other media platforms,
Yeah.
that's not something you want out there. But I told him I was like then like because Flow was promoting it a lot.
Yeah.
They were putting hashtag LFG on it. But the thing was like when they put the final interview up, they cut that out.
Yeah.
So I was like, so it's kind of like
I mean, do you know who originally posted that? Hashtag LFG?
I don't know who originally posted it.
No, I'm saying who originally commented, like, the very first comment was hashtag LFG?
You?
No.
Who?
I wish. I wish I would demand that Flow baby.
Right.
Kyle Dake.
Kyle Dake?
Yeah.
Dude, I love Kyle
On
Dake.
that original, the very first time they posted that interview.
Dude, I was watching that
Top
stuff he had on
comments, yeah.
Flow about like the functional pattern stuff.
Yeah.
I started doing that. Like I've got the filter on my phone now.
Yeah.
Like, I
dude's
changed my
genius,
workouts. Dude,
man.
he's so smart.
He
I mean,
is.
granted, you go to Cornell, he went to Cornell, so obviously.
And the thing is Magic Man is the exact same way.
Yeah.
Are we talking about our bottleneck of weights? Like,
Well, that's no. We were talking about how Kyle Dake's so smart. Like I was watching that that stuff
Yes.
on Flow.
Have you changed your phone screen yet?
I have.
Did you? I've been meaning to try it.
I did it. I love it now. Like
Wait,
it's
what
so
happened?
weird. So
So
he has a filter
okay.
that
So
cuts
he-
out the blue light.
He does. So it's like your
Yeah.
screen is red. So it's got
Okay.
like a red back glow
Right.
instead
Yeah.
of like your traditional, just regular lighting. So it has like
Right.
a red tint to it.
Mhm.
Now supposedly it has something to do with the light coming off the phones. As
Yeah.
much time as we look at them, the red light's better for brain waves and
So,
for looking at things.
I just have a blue light filter on mine.
Is that
so
still that?
Yeah. So I still have the blue light
Oh,
filter
no.
on mine. We're getting.
Y'all have taken pictures together.
That's my favorite picture though. I love that picture. So
The one that you made?
Yeah, absolutely. It cracks me up every time I see it. See, it still brings laughter. That's the point.
Y'all-
So I got this
but
blue
we
light
laughing
filter.
for a different reason than you are.
So when I turn it off, you may or may not be able to see it, but I've gotten used to it. So when I turn it off, I can tell. But like everything looks more blue to me.
No,
Like,
it does. I can
Like,
see
it
the
just-
change in it.
yeah, and like it messes.
Wait, so
with
wait,
my
which
eyes.
one is on now? The blue filter.
This is the blue. Well, this is my red filter. So I can go down to
So, because that looks, I was gonna say that looks more red.
yeah, because I've got it. Where's it? Accessibility.
Yeah, I looked up how to do it, but I just haven't done it yet.
It's right here. When I cut this off, I have it on here somewhere. Color adjustment. I think it's this one. Yeah, right here. So if I turn this off, you see how blue
Yeah.
it looks.
Right.
And then this is the red filter, and I can make it like really red. I can make it like 20%, 50. Like,
Yeah.
all that good stuff. But I just put the blue light filter on because, like, it's just it's also easier to see now.
I feel that.
Like, I might just keep it on that for a minute. But yeah, no, I started using that. From that, I started doing like my workouts. I've been changed since before that, but like, I watched that and I was like, man, that's, he's right about some of that stuff. Humans are naturally used to throwing things
Yeah.
instead of we just got really sidetracked.
Yeah.
Are you talking about like his workout stuff too?
Yeah,
Or,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Dynamic patterns or what is
Functional
it?
patterns.
Functional patterns.
Yeah.
Functional patterns.
Well, I started doing like a lot of different workouts that are specific to my lifestyle, and like everything's been going significantly better. Like my squats have gone up.
Mhm.
Everything's like my form's gotten better. Like I'm seeing a little bit more development. Like even though I've been losing weight, I see more development. I feel better. Like I'm more
Yeah.
Like my flexibility's, started bouncing back. And I mean, yeah, that stuff to me, like it works. It's granted I don't do like the throwing of medicine balls and like
Yeah.
the weird like.
Oh, that stick thing that he's got
Yeah,
where he
yeah.
moves and he does it all.
I use a lot of bands now too. I've noticed.
Yeah,
that.
I
Like,
remember
I
you
use
were
a lot
asking
of
me about the
resistant
bands like in the garage and stuff over there.
Yeah, I use a lot of them now. I love it. So, but yeah, what we were gonna talk about Chamizo.
Yeah,
Not
so
wrestling.
at first when I heard about Chamizo, I was like, okay, what happened? He didn't wrestle, and there was like something.
Yeah.
There was a blurb that said something about his coaches, and then somebody showed they recorded they were recording and they showed the Chamizo Burroughs match, and I was like, what? Huh? Play. And then it was just Burroughs walking out. I was like, oh wait, what happened to his coaches? Then I find out it's because of the ranking thing.
Yeah.
He was already ranked number 1, so in all essence, call it what it is, I'm saying he ducked him.
No,
So-
he definitely did.
You know.
He did.
So
He took a lesson from what's his name from Michigan, Michich.
Yeah.
Took a big
a
lesson.
whole season.
Yeah, a
He
whole
definitely does.
season.
Yeah.
No, but and then he put something. Did you see the tweet that he posted?
Something about thanks to his fans, blah blah blah, and
I
then
didn't see it.
I can't remember.
It was something along the lines like I've
already gained my number 1.
Yeah. I can look
I
up the
remember.
exact tweet actually. It's
I already have the number 1 seed. Blah blah blah. Thank you all.
So you just
Bleep the rest.
didn't want that smoke.
Bleep the rest of you. Like literally, like, and it had like the little line covering out the F word. It's like bleep the rest of y'all.
Oh yeah, he just did.
Yeah, Frank
No.
Chamizo, he said either you have personality or you just don't have it. I know my potential and strength. Acting smart sometimes is much stronger than acting strong. I don't
So
give
saying
a
he did it
yeah.
strategically. So he said it.
So he's admitting that he dubbed.
Yeah, and he's like,
Why?
it's a smarter move. Now,
his new nickname is Affleck.
I do think I do think he ducked, but in his case though, what does he benefit from wrestling Burroughs again?
Nothing.
He
Other
does.
than if you're a true competitor, some people are like, I want to prove I'm the best. Like,
Oh, no,
he's
I-
never been beaten twice. I'd be like, I want to be the first guy to beat him twice.
Well, he wants to. He just doesn't want to like risk like him exposing any more weaknesses to him. So he is going about it strategically. I'm not saying that
I don't
that's
like
what
it.
I would do or
Yeah.
that I like it, but he's flat
He's-
out saying
yeah.
that the more I wrestle Burroughs, the better Burroughs gets.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's
Which is
we've
true.
seen that.
Which is 100%
So he's like, why would I want him to get
Right.
better against me?
Right. I get it. It's-
So-
I don't like it. I still
No,
think,
I-
I think he's ducking.
No, 100% he's ducking, but and I don't like it either. But
Super
at the same
duck.
time, yeah, super duck would be nice. Yeah, but that's what he's
I
doing.
wish I could get my guy said, but that's a different conversation.
Man, you know how many times I've taught them ducks? Because that's my thing, like ducks and like that, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Never mind. All right,
We
so
did a whole series this year about that, about going from your ducks to your claw ride to like the Turk and all that. Like me and you, I think this year we
Mhm.
did an entire thing.
Guess
on that.
what?
How many people
I
used
did
it?
too.
How many people used it?
Bro.
I would say
nobody.
maybe 0. Like
I had one guy.
we're not getting there. We're not going there. Here.
Duck.
We're water.
Duck.
so
I don't know how. It's like,
I'm just gonna start yelling that out. Duck, duck, goose.
we'll get the goose.
I'm not even gonna
But anyway,
those guys.
Big
So-
old goose egg of points.
But my favorite response though is like, did you see Jo.'s response, Jordan Oliver?
No.
He was like, I don't know about y'all, but if I make weight, I'm competing. I don't care who it is.
Yeah.
Now, big focus on if, because it's not making weight. So like he clowned himself, but which
Yeah,
was super
which-
funny.
yeah.
You know, he admitted, but I was rolling because he was like, if I make weight, and yes, there is a big if I'm not making weight.
Yeah.
See, that's what
So-
more people need to do. Like you got, like some people take
Yeah.
themselves too seriously, and I think
Mhm.
that's like perfect. Like Ben Askren, perfect example.
Bro,
He got-
he's handling his loss better than Masvidal
Dude,
handled
there's
his win.
more hype for him now than there was before. Just simply because like
Exactly.
he posted on there, he was like, "Well, that sucked," and then he
Yeah.
said something on an interview with Ariel Helwani. He's like, "Yeah, I think I set some kind of record."
Yeah.
Like how can you
I
not?
think-
I think I said.
Yeah, or no, he said apparently I said something.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's like.
Like, I don't really remember, but.
Well, that's what because he did set the record. He's like, yeah, apparently
Yeah.
I broke some sort of
And
record.
then he was
and
like,
made
if
it
I
about
don't
him.
remember, then it didn't really happen, did it?
And then like and the even better thing, everyone's like, they're like, oh, do you want your rematch? Trying to, I guess I don't know. First of all, I could go into how
He didn't set up his
Masvidal.
takedown.
Well, there's
Oh.
that too, but Masvidal he landed a very lucky shot. That's a low percentage shot.
That wasn't luck.
Did
Yeah,
you
it
see the
was.
stuff he's been
He
working on?
practiced
It doesn't
it.
matter
That's-
how much you practice it. It's a low percentage move regardless. You run that fight
The
100
more you
times.
practice it,
That's
the more
not
the higher your
luck, though.
percentage
No.
comes up on
You
it.
practice
How-
that.
No,
you
that's
run that
scouting.
No,
that's
let's
scouting.
talk about
fight.
this.
No, you
Hold
run
on.
that. You run that fight 100 times. That knee lands maybe.
How did
5.
Askren set up his takedown against Robbie Lawler?
Like trash?
How did he set it up against
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's not.
Masvidal?
It was a, well. First of all, he reacted in a terrible way.
He
Like
didn't react.
you shouldn't duck your head like this for a takedown ever. How often do we tell our guys that? Like,
Ever.
don't ever turn your head this way because you're gonna get cross-faced.
So we're talking about a
Like-
world class wrestler
yeah, no,
going
I'm
in
just
like this for a takedown.
because he's been getting away with it for so long.
yeah, well, it's
And
because it works.
So when you
It
get
works. And
kneed and the
dude-
nerves in your neck,
And
well,
dude
guess
has
what?
been watching this, and they showed all the stuff that he's been
Yeah.
practicing this. Like he knew right off that he was going for this because he knew that that's how Askren's been approaching things. And like
I'm just saying
so
that- yeah,
his
that might have
low
been his
percentage
game plan.
became higher percentage just due to scouting and
It's still
practicing.
a low percent. I mean,
No,
it's
it's not.
it's so
It
easy
would
to
be.
miss
It
the
would
head.
be,
It
So
would be if
but it became higher percentage
because it
of
was Askren. Go ahead.
because he scouted. He knew what he was going
He
to
may
do.
have
So-
scouted, but I'm saying you
you
run
know-
that fight 100 times. The amount of times that it lands is still going to be astronomically tiny.
No,
Okay, but
95% of the time.
okay,
that
so it
fight's
may
gonna
be
a different
tiny,
way.
but the more he works on it, the more he knows
It's
his
still
personal-
5%, it's low
It's
percentage.
getting higher
No,
and higher.
it
It's
gets
like if you're
higher.
working out a double leg,
That's what I'm
because you
saying.
know your opponent comes in this way.
Yeah.
The more you practice and drill it, do not your percentages of finishing said move
But I'm
become
saying-
increased.
That's slightly different though. The
How?
double leg and a flying knee, the error for a flying knee is astronomically greater. Like the error for missing it is so far
Okay,
greater
but I'm
than a
still
double
saying
leg.
potential for growth. The more you work on it and know what your opponent's going to do, still has that upswing
Yeah,
of
but I'm
getting
saying
better.
with that flying knee, the percentage of that landing on a normal fight, like if you've never practiced it, is really
He
low.
practiced
Yeah, but I'm
it.
saying, but listen, you keep practicing, you up your thing to what 5%. So if you land
I don't know.
5
Let's
times
go
out of
run the
95
numbers and go to the mat right now and let's go see.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
I mean, my thing was what would
We're gonna take turns doing
Yeah.
flying knees to Tyler
gonna
until
have-
he concedes.
I'm gonna have CTE by the end of the week.
Until he
What?
concedes that.
I told
Hey,
you?
it's worse.
I hope Askren sets up his takedowns.
You did say that. He
I
literally
felt
said
like
that.
I
He said
jinxed
his exact word before the fight started. He's like, man, because I said my words were, I'm not going to the bathroom because the last time I did, he got dropped on his head, and you were like, yeah, he better set up his takedowns or it's going to go the same way. Bam.
get
5
kneed in
seconds
the
later,
neck,
I was like,
and you're stiff as the concrete outside.
But no, so
I'm
anyway,
like, my God.
but Askren, the way he handled, and I like what he said when people were asking him about the rematch. He's
Yeah.
like, I don't deserve a rematch. I got knocked out in 5 seconds. I mean, yeah, you can sit there and talk about, the shot, like it might not happen again if they fight again. But still,
And see,
he's
that's
like,
what I
did
think
lose.
is interesting about Askren is that he's not all about rematches of any sort.
Yeah.
Like he knows that right now his window
is
is really small because
Yeah. Oh,
of
yeah.
the lateness of his arrival into the UFC. So
Right.
if he is going to make any sort of title run, he's got to make it unique. He's got to
Yeah.
make it like I'm going to
Sure.
go after this guy, and then get like a jump
Yeah.
fight. He knows that, and that doesn't happen with rematches. I mean, rematches are good for the UFC and money.
Yeah.
but that's
depends
not.
on who it is.
He
Yeah,
even,
yeah,
he even
yeah.
joked about how he deserved those extra few shots. But his thing is, he was wanting to fight Kamaru Usman, which I think is a terrible fight for him.
For who?
For both.
Is that
for-
Marty? Or?
Yeah, Marty.
Yeah.
I think that's a terrible fight because Kamaru's got
That's
some
all I
hands.
know him as is Marty.
I call him
Yeah.
Marty now.
Marty's got hands, but he's also got really good wrestling, and he's a brick house. Like he's an absolute unit.
Yeah.
And then, but he also wants to fight Darren Till, which could happen because they're both coming off losses.
That'd be
You hear
good.
who called out Masvidal Saturday? Didn't
Oh, Leon Edwards.
you? Yes.
After he got that 3-piece in the soda.
Well, I mean, okay, that can happen to anybody. Like when you come up like that, you're not expecting for a physical altercation. You think maybe some shoving.
You're not, but we
man,
have
did
learned that Masvidal
Is
is
about that
a
way.
G. Like,
We have now. Speaking of G's, Khabib and Nate Diaz, they straight got into it at the end.
yeah.
I'm sitting here
There
thinking,
wasn't
like,
like a brawl like it was with
if I was
Dennis
Dana,
and-
if I was
Yeah,
Dana,
but I thought Connor was getting ready to fight somebody else, or like, are they gonna make him?
Connor might be fighting Masvidal too. They talk about that when they're talking
Okay,
about.
I didn't. See, I haven't
I'm
followed
so
it.
sleep on that.
But no,
I haven't followed it closely enough to like know.
Well, it's 'cause
who's
it changes
fighting
every
who
day
or-
now.
Yeah.
Like you
or
never know
whichever,
what Connor's
so-
gonna do. Connor, like
I'm
the
sick of
fight
that
with
guy.
him and Cerrone was almost guaranteed, and then
Yeah.
it was like, well, it's not gonna be the main event. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Which I mean, on his part, smart, and I mean, Cerrone probably was.
But
like,
he needs to understand his place now. Like,
well, I mean, he does, but at the same time, he doesn't. Like he doesn't need the UFC anymore.
no,
He's-
he doesn't.
like,
But if
he's
you
got his own things going on.
Right.
Is he
So
even
if
like?
you
So what
want to
is he
do
now?
this-
Like, is he?
He's Connor.
He's just.
He's
Connor.
he's a clown on Instagram. I do know
Yeah,
that too.
he makes whiskey, good whiskey at that.
great whiskey at that. Yeah.
Cheap whiskey.
But,
Yeah, no,
$30.
I've had it like
Yeah.
once or twice.
But
so
how's
it's just from Tyler, but
yeah.
Yeah.
I buy way too much of that stuff.
Same.
But
I just bought another bottle.
dude, I need to buy another
Speaking
one.
of-
I haven't had it in like 3 months, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
that sounds bad. I'm not really fiending, but I mean, like, y'all get what I'm saying. But no, I had to say because people were like, "Oh, you're an alcoholic."
You're an
No, no.
alcoholic.
It's like no, you're taking what I'm saying out of context, so I gotta
Yeah.
fix it beforehand.
Right.
But no,
before or after flying knee.
Right. You gotta remember it first.
I'll be feeling the same way after taking both of those to the head.
Oh yeah.
But no, I know that's my sidetrack.
You lost your side.
Oh yeah,
track.
Khabib and Nate. Like if I was,
He might have really gotten me recently.
I might have, man. Thinking about it gave me CT.
But
But
yeah.
no, if I was
Khabib
Dana,
and Nate.
if I was Dana, and
So
I heard
they got
that,
into it.
yeah, they had.
It's not a surprise.
You
Yeah.
had Khabib's squad there, which like even DC's almost gotten into it with them because like he accidentally hurt Khabib during practice,
Yeah.
and he's like they all swarmed him, and then like Khabib was like, oh no, I'm good, and they
Yeah.
dissipated. So DC was like, oh my. But then you have them, and then you hear the Diaz brothers are coming. Like I would have had extra security around both.
Yeah.
of them
I would have
squads,
ensured that they were separated.
Like, yeah, I'm like,
No,
dude,
he
don't.
didn't want to do that. He ensured that there were extra cameramen.
Yeah.
That he did.
Get
There was
some
video of it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's all
Because
business.
well,
he
they
ensured that
broke
there
the
were extra
story.
cameramen.
They broke the story almost like 5 minutes
Yeah.
after it happened. So
Nate's already been talking about how he slapped Khabib. I've never seen that video, but he's
I've never
saying
seen that
he
video
slapped
either.
Khabib.
But
I
he
don't
says he
believe
slaps everybody though.
it. That's true.
Like, I mean, that's kind of his thing.
knowing
So-
Nate though, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if he did.
It wouldn't surprise me, but I feel like that wouldn't have been the end of it. Like you
Yeah.
just slap somebody and
I feel like,
not Khabib at least.
especially 'cause with his little squadron of people,
Yeah.
like, yeah. I mean,
Ask Dylan Dennis and Conor
Yeah,
McGregor
ask
how
Dylan
they are. Like
yeah, Dylan Dennis got that business after the fight. He wanted to talk junk, and Khabib was like, "I'll go more."
yeah, like
He's like, "This ended in what was it? The fourth round?" He's like,
Yeah.
"I just went 4 rounds. I'll go 2 more. Let's do it." Like,
yeah.
I got 1 more round left of me. I trained for a
Interesting
championship
stuff
fight.
going on, man.
Yeah.
But you got Frankie Edgar and Max Holloway.
Ooh, Holloway.
Really?
I have a kid in my jiu-jitsu class who looks just like Max Holloway. his name's Cruz. Like they talk alike too. Like the way their mouth moves and their facial expressions. He's a miniature Max Holloway, except he's Hispanic, not Hawaiian. Yeah.
I'm going with Edgar.
I mean, I'm an old school Edgar fan. I mean, I like him from wrestling and everything else. So
ground and pound.
yeah.
See, I'm a huge. That's what I like, but I think every time I've seen Max fight recently, he just gets better and better and better.
Yeah.
And Edgar's had a few knockouts as of recent, hadn't he? Or
He's
was
also
it?
got knocked out.
Was it once?
He got knocked out by what's his name?
T City. That was the only one.
I think so.
Yeah.
All right. So
And he
speaking
gave,
of
what's his name? That
knockouts,
business Mendez.
Who?
Edgar.
That was before.
That's what I'm saying. He's giving that business to
Yeah.
Mendez. Like,
He knocked Mendez out.
he's,
Yeah.
yeah, he is.
I didn't like that they were just standing there trading,
I don't like it.
and he landed first. And
Yeah. So what about wrestling and fighting?
Ooh.
Pico, like he's been.
yeah,
Pico,
taking shots, like,
he
so
his
what-
weird thing is he doesn't even use his wrestling. Same with Yoel
Yeah.
Romero. You
I
know,
don't
these
get it.
two guys,
Mhm.
they're high class wrestlers.
yeah.
Don't ever use their wrestling.
Yoel Romero beat Kel Sanders.
Dude, you know what scares me though about Pico? Not only his power, but the fact that he's that young and has had 2 flatline knockouts.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
That's
what do we?
scary.
Yeah. So like,
Because your
what does
chin
that do
only
for-
gets weaker. Like,
Yeah. Bingo.
If,
That's
he, if he hits
everything-
30,
Now I don't know this because like I'm not in their profession.
Yeah.
I,
Right.
I don't want to say I can say all that, but
Yeah.
everything you hear is, look, it happens once, one thing, it happens again.
Ask Luke Rockhold.
It's gonna like it's
Yeah.
it's more prevalent to happen. I think we talked about it once. Like
Well,
I think
Sage
the
Northcutt-
body realizes that the sooner I close you off, the less damage you
Yeah.
take. Like it's a self-preservation.
For sure.
Your
and
mind
look at
is
what
like,
happened to Chuck Liddell. Sage Northcutt might have to retire from MMA for that.
Yeah.
You saw what happened to him.
Mm.
He had his face shattered.
Yeah.
He had to get surgery, facial reconstruction
Yeah.
surgery after his loss. He got smacked.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I pulled
It
the
was
video.
nasty. Luke Rocco had a broken jaw after his last fight.
Yeah.
And
I mean, there's just only so much the human body can take,
Right.
and then mentally too. Like you may be a tough SOB, but like your brain is smarter than you are, and
Yeah.
it's gonna say, "Think out." Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
here it is.
done. Yeah, this is great. Out.
Right there, and then he's just
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
he
he's
had to
done.
get he had to get his orbital bone fixed. He had like
Yeah.
8 fractures in his face, and they're saying like because of that, like you might just
Yeah.
be done.
just
Like,
don't fight it.
Yeah. Well, and part of his deal is like, look at the dude. Sage was also touted as one of those guys that had the looks for everything
Yeah.
too. So like, he could like fix his face and go into acting. And,
Yeah,
like, and
model.
do-
Well,
Rockhold is a
yeah,
model.
do it.
Rocco is a
model.
model for
Yeah.
Ralph Lauren. And
like
it's
a
like,
legitimate.
So like,
not even
his-
joking.
so he's messing with like other venues of revenue
Yeah.
for his livelihood, you know.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
I'd be like, let me go act
Yeah,
or
yeah.
model and get
And
paid,
Not get my probably
And I'm
more
not-
than your fighting.
and I'm not getting hit in the face.
But you know, you look
kinda
at
like
Aaron
that,
yeah.
when we were talking about Pico. Though, I mean, like, you
Need a
take
career
those
change.
Brendan Schaub. You know, you look at he got out early.
Yeah,
Like
and
He
is
got-
doing very well. For
he's doing
himself.
great.
Yeah.
Pico could do a lot of things, but I'm saying like if he wants to stay in MMA, I mean, he needs to stop taking shots like that.
Yeah.
He needs to start using
He
his
needs to
wrestling.
wrestle.
Mm-hmm.
Like just do that. I mean, look at the people who wrestle like in the past. You're more successful as a wrestler
Yeah.
than anything else. I mean, not saying he's not a good boxer, but I'm saying wrestlers
Not saying
have
it's not
longevity.
impressive. Watch him knock.
I mean, you look at wrestlers like they
But
usually
yeah,
have
yeah.
more longevity.
Well,
Chael
it's
Sonnen,
less damage taken.
yeah,
so.
Chael
Chael,
Sonnen, Ben Askren,
Ben,
like,
Habib,
Habib,
DC, John
Matt
Jones,
Hughes,
GSP,
GSP.
even though he
Randy Couture.
Yeah, but GSP
Yeah.
would be a wrestler. I would call him
Yeah.
a wrestler
Yeah.
because he learned how to wrestle.
from the
So-
Canadian world.
Mhm.
Randy Couture was a champion at the age of like 40, probably like
Yeah.
73. Like he was old. He was old when he won his
73.
heavyweight title.
DC.
Right.
DC,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. I mean,
Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar. I mean, these guys who can come in after a long time and still compete because they don't have damage to the head. That know they're not getting.
And their style of stuff is not one that's traditionally going to take damage to
Right.
said head.
You
know,
lay
like,
you lay on top
you know,
and
like
you just
getting
and you
choked
punch
out.
somebody.
Yeah.
Getting also like getting caught in like transitions of wrestling. Getting choked out is different than getting
Knocked out.
knocked
Yeah.
out. You know,
because you can train. You can train. I can train jujitsu every day and get choked out every day. Not that I do. Not that I don't. But you know, depending on who I
somebody got a blue belt and got a big head over here.
Right.
No, no. I will,
Right.
I will admit there are times when I go in there and I'm absolute trash. Like I'll get in on a single
For
leg
sure.
and then I'm like, it's like, oh man, I left my head out too much and I get choked. It happens. But I can do that every day. Whereas if I go and spar every day and get knocked out every
Knocked
day,
out.
that's not good. I mean, Bret Hart had to retire from wrestling because of that. He got a
Yeah.
concussion, and then we finally got that fly from last episode.
Yeah, well, there was one little one going on.
That's the one from last episode. We finally
The
got
last episode was a horrendous
God.
train wreck of us like
ADD,
chasing
like-
this fly.
Yeah, I mean-
it was horrid.
It's just, and then did you see?
Funny.
I don't know
It
if you
was
saw it. I haven't heard anything about this up until Flow Grappling posted it, and I'm starting to really dislike them for it. They're talking about growing the sport of grappling, which is, I guess, is cool and all, but they were like, this black belt guy. I don't know his
I don't
name.
think they're trying to grow.
And then it
anything,
was
they're
like-
monopolizing it.
It was like this black
Wait,
belt
who's
guy.
doing what?
They were saying that this black belt guy versus Kyle Snyder in a grappling match.
Oh, I
Who-
saw,
wait,
I
was
saw
like-
a post on that. They were like, he was like, let's get a jiu-jitsu match followed up back to back by a wrestling match. And see,
Yeah.
I was like,
First of
I
all-
just want to see Snyder compete in anything. So,
Yeah.
like, I'm cool
I-
with
I
this.
didn't
but-
like it.
Absolute unit.
Like, I don't like it
but-
because, one, he's got to put his focus into, other things right now.
Yeah.
And two, it's like, okay, so you want him to come over to your rule set and be like, oh, we're the better grappler because we're beating you at our rule
at
set.
our game.
Well, how about you come on a wrestling match and see how long
Right.
it lasts? Because I guarantee you'll get tossed on your head within maybe, 5 seconds? Like,
Yeah.
Snyder don't play that game. Like, he will. That's a grown man. That is a grown man.
Well, you
who's
called
younger
him
than me.
a grown man, but he's really not a grown
No,
man.
he's
Like,
22.
he's still
22.
so, yeah.
He's
He's
younger than
still
22.
a child,
Yeah.
just with
Yes.
like grown man abilities.
He's the
like,
incredible.
did you not see him like?
Did you see the
Think
video of
about,
him doing dips?
Body that guy.
He did dips
he
with
did.
like
it was amazing. Like
I think like 200
I
pounds
was
around
like-
his waist. Then he did that one video of a split-legged squat, one-legged
Yeah.
squat with 385. I'm like, what?
That
I
should
can't
be
even
a
that's
league.
squat
why like he's
385.
getting around that person. He jacked it up. I was like,
Yeah.
he's gonna back arch.
And
Like, and you don't
And
see
he
him
did.
back, and he did it. And he back. I was like,
He-
good God.
And
he's
that
gonna-
man's
USA
face.
Wrestling logo.
And that man's
Yeah.
face was just
I
like.
was like, he's going to kill somebody, and it's amazing.
And you know what's
awesome.
even scary is the fact that he's so strong. He's got that grip strength. Like he has that
Yeah.
video of him like squeezing that. Yeah, I mean, it's that
That
grip
guy.
strength when that guy
He
grabs
should
a
be
hold of
illegal.
you. Yeah, I mean, because when he grabs a hold of you, it's
so
like
scary.
he could crush you, and
Yeah.
then
Well,
he's
and
gonna
he's
get
got,
around.
like
They got him from
He's
Area
gonna put
51,
you down.
I'm
Yeah,
convinced.
right. He was one of those aliens that
Yeah.
that we got from that.
Area 51. I've been waiting for
These
it.
memes are the best.
I'm gonna ride him into battle on Area 51. We're taking you back home.
You're
Snyder.
acting like he's gonna let you on his back. He will eat you, child.
He probably would.
He's
What's funny? He's
awesome.
older than me, and I call him my daddy sometimes, just because he is that much of a man.
Who?
Snyder, and he
He's
works out in
younger than
sandals.
I was about
Yeah,
to
that's what I'm saying. He's younger
Oh,
than me.
you
Did I
said
say
so,
older?
yeah, I was like,
Oh.
your daddy should be older
You've
than
taken
you.
too many
Yeah.
knees, my
I
guy.
have.
Knees.
No.
Low percentage of my rear
He
end.
wears sandals, man. Have y'all seen that? He works out in
Yes.
sandals.
Yeah.
He does. He
That is the
lives
most
that,
alpha thing ever.
He lives
Like-
that whole like Caligo work boot Roman
Yeah.
Empire times
Yeah.
type thing.
He
Like,
is like a new age Dave Schultz, kinda. Not
wow,
really.
That's an really interesting like.
But I mean,
Yeah.
he's kind of. Except Dave Schultz was more like a hippie, kind of laid back. Snyder's kind of laid back guy, but he wears the sandals. He's just he's a nice guy. I mean, it's a loose comparison, but
But I can.
I mean, he's got
No,
the
but
hairline.
it's-
He's got the
but-
hairline going on.
But it's also like vaguely accurate. Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like
I see
the
how
way
he
he
obsesses
dresses,
over
his
that.
demeanor.
Right.
Like on the mat, he is that dude
he
that he was.
obsesses over.
But off the
getting
mat, like
better.
he's willing to talk to
Yeah.
anybody, just that down to earth type of dude. You know, I mean, let it be said and done at the end. If he's not compared as a modern day
Dave Schultz.
Dave
Yeah.
Schultz, you know.
That's solid.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that's probably one of the most profound things I've heard Tyler say
I had no
after
idea.
taking that head injury.
Right.
So, you know.
That low
I
percentage.
I think we've just named this episode. It's Tyler's head injury.
Oh yeah, my
Low percentage
CTE.
knee.
People are gonna be listening and be like, man, what happened to him, man?
Right.
Something's happened. We don't know yet. But
That was like when we were at B Dubs and we posted R.I.P. Usher. On
Oh my
Facebook.
God.
Oh,
So,
everybody
looking
lost
back
their,
on that,
everybody
I can
lost
understand
their
that.
minds.
I
They
can
were like, "What
understand.
happened?" And
I can
then-
understand the
And then they
frustration.
were like, "It's not funny," and I was like, "It kind of is
It
because
is.
because it didn't happen." And if you
Right.
don't know, I wasn't there, but I'm
Yeah.
saying if you don't know us or know
Yeah.
the people involved, all you had to do was see the like. Nah, he was at
posting.
home.
He was posting
Yeah.
memes like,
again.
with
You
his-
know,
with
like
his
so,
3
so he
stepkids.
died to us for a moment. You know, and
Yeah.
everybody should have been like, "Oh, okay," but
Yeah.
you know, the world of the internet and as it is, everybody was like,
Yeah.
"Ah!"
I mean, like looking back on it, I can understand the frustration. Like my brother posted, he's like, or texted me, about it, he's like, I had a, he's like, I know someone who just died recently. I'm like, okay, I do too. I mean, I know
Yeah.
plenty of people who die. I mean, it's a joke. Like,
Yeah.
don't take it. You saw the video that got the comedian at the
Oh
store.
God, don't get me started.
Have y'all seen
on your
that?
brother.
There was a comedian at I think it was Laugh Factory or something like that, and a woman had a seizure during the show, and you know everyone was like, the guy stopped doing the set and all that, and this,
Mhm.
they got her help and all that stuff, and Well, after the fact, the comedian, I think the person was okay. Like after they took him away, the person was okay. And I think they even said something on social media afterwards about how they thought it was funny, like what the comedian was saying. But they were trying to make light of a dark situation.
Mm-hmm.
And
and that's another thing. People respond to things differently too.
yeah.
So,
One woman got really mad.
Oh,
at
I
the
got
guy.
beef on Instagram right now.
And the guy was
all in
like-
my comment section.
The guy was like, "This woman almost died like during this set, and you're trying to make it about you." Like they were making jokes about it, and you know it's nothing like distasteful. He was just like, "That's the first time I've ever had someone almost die during my show." Like I thought she was just really laughing hard at one of my jokes. Like,
Yeah.
and I mean I can see where someone would get mad, but
Someone could get mad, but
Yeah,
like,
but it's like-
everybody
but-
gets mad.
but
Just-
they were like, "Hey, I thought it was funny after the fact." I mean,
Yeah.
they were like, "I'm
it's
not."
and that's the other thing. It's like in context, like it's after the fact. Everything's
Yeah.
good. It's okay.
It's-
Yeah.
You know, if
Now,
you can't
if-
look back, and this is also a comedian. If you can't look back and laugh and joke about
Yeah.
something,
Yeah.
then that's not worth moving forward on. Especially for somebody that's how they live
Yeah,
their life.
right.
You know, it should be kind of like. Not necessarily just accepted, but it should be like, okay, not a big surprise. It's
Yeah,
what he
it's-
does. He knows
he
no other
makes
way
jokes.
to. He knows no other way to respond to certain situations. That's just a part of him.
I mean, I
I
laugh
agree.
about how many times I've been in the hospital. Like, you know,
Those knees.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like down in Charleston, I talk about when I was supposed to meet Kale Sanderson. Like, you just said those knees, didn't you?
Yes.
It took me like 10 minutes to realize that. But no, like when I had taken
When you were
rides
down
in the
there,
ambulance.
and when I had to sit there and talk to him about zombies, and you're like,
Yeah.
what? I was
I'm just
yeah.
like, I'm just now getting out of the hospital, like after like this emergency surgery, and then looking back on it, be like, yeah, you remember that time we met Kale and I almost died? Like, it's humorous to me now, I mean,
Yeah.
because
He
everything
was mad at the time. I was like, did you seriously get to talk to him? I was like, yeah, we talked about
You
World
should
War
have said
Z.
I was-
Like, that's literally like, we didn't talk about wrestling like, when I met
You should have
this
told him
dude.
I was like a Make-A-Wish kid or something, like brought him to the hospital for me. Like,
See, now that's the type of thing that somebody's going to hate you. That's the type of thing.
Make-A-Wish.
Oh, man.
at the time, I was like, I had short hair, I was
That
skinny.
was
I mean,
terrible.
That was horrible. It's a good thing he's got to go to work
Terrible
soon, because
timing.
we're going to have to end this soon.
That was terrible
We're
timing.
going to start
my
knocking
guy.
on the door. They're like, where's this Make-A-Wish kid?
Make-A-Wish.
Oh, God.
After we were
This
just
was-
talking
About inappropriate and timing and whatnot. So, yeah.
Should have told.
I can't.
I don't know if
our
that
first
red light
episode we
filter
had
is working for him, making him any smarter, or if it's just going worse. for him.
that episode we had with me, you, and Usher that one day.
Everybody's stuff ringing all of a sudden.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, we are such horrible etiquette.
Oh, I thought I heard Quasi.
Yes, you did.
How are you?
Good.
I hear you're a Mizzou fan.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
We were talking about that.
I'm about to make popcorn at
Oof.
3.
At 3, I'll help you out.
At
with
3.
that.
I know how.
At 3 exactly.
At 3. That's a wow.
Okay, 59 minutes according to him is what he'd say. Oh god.
yeah, you're right.
Children.
I'm gonna make it at 3. I'm just letting you know.
Speaking of which, all right.
I'm
So
about
Fire
to-
y'all,
extinguisher ready.
I'm about
so
to.
y'all, you just go ahead
59
right now.
minutes from now.
I guess it's good for the podcast too, you know, because we talk about things. But
Yeah.
pray for me or good thoughts or whichever. So I'm about to leave out tomorrow. We're gonna drive to Colorado. I'm gonna take these munchkins out there.
I told him to
So-
stay away from the brownies.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
So
He's gonna be
Yeah.
sending me a video about double rainbows. Like, look at the
Yeah.
rainbows.
yeah, something. I'm gonna have 3 kids in the car. All right. So
But
we
man,
shall-
he's gonna send me a picture, and I was like, man, your allergies are really acting up
Right.
there, apparently.
I do have bad allergies in Colorado too. though. Like no lie, like
Sure. Sure
Right.
you do.
Bad allergies specifically in Colorado.
I'm allergic to some type of weed that's up there, apparently.
Yeah, no, I'm not mowing the yard. All right. So, but yeah, so we're going out there. But you were
That's
talking about
fun.
summer and everything else. I was gonna say, you know, it's one of those things we do talk about. It's like, decided, took the advice of some friends. They were like, you got the chance to do it, go ahead and do it. Originally wasn't gonna make this trip, but like, man, take advantage of whatever time you got and let's
Yeah,
go for it.
for sure.
And we're gonna roll on out there. We're gonna give it a try and
100%.
maybe not the brownies, but
don't do
we're gonna.
that.
It's gonna take.
I mean, they got gummies. They got it all.
Yeah, that is true. And we got a
Stay
flag.
away.
Now we're gonna be out there. I'll be back like next Saturday.
You gonna do the Olympic training center?
So Devin wants to go check out the Olympic Training Center.
Of course
So
he does.
anybody who wants to, who's there, at the Olympic Training Center, if we're knocking on the door, I gotta see what connections my grandma still has out there to see if we can get in for real. Because my granddad went to the Olympics and
Oh,
he
nice.
used to do stuff for was with fencing.
Mhm.
So I remember being a little kid going out there and we got like a tour of the training
Oh,
center and
that's
stuff when I
nice.
was a little kid. I didn't understand it all or get it at that
At
point in
that
time.
point,
But
now-
in today's time with everything with Flow and the internet and everything else, he already knows about the Olympic Training Center. So he's
Cool.
kind of like, dude, let's go to the Olympic Training Center. So, hopefully we get to see some of that stuff and get it all checked out. So I gotta make this drive first. So,
Wanna bring me some brownies back?
huh?
Some brownies?
Just bring me a shirt. Bring me a T-shirt. That's all I ask for.
A brown T-shirt.
No, an Olympic wrestling shirt or something.
Oh, that would be cool.
That would be cool. Yeah, so I
I
gotta,
don't
like I
know
said, I
about
gotta
that.
see what we can do to get in there and stuff. So, because we're gonna be there on the weekend. So
Didn't we have a conversation about
we gotta get it all checked out.
like college wrestling in Colorado?
Oh, that
yeah.
reminds me. I have to pay. I have to give you some money. I found some USA Wrestling sweats that I want, and I don't do online shopping, so
Really?
Yeah.
It's just not.
just not my thing. I don't like
That's how I do all my shopping.
paying for something and having to
Dude,
wait.
I want to get me
get
some
it.
of those.
I get that, but at the same
I
time,
want to get
though,
those
like,
Brutus ones. Have you seen their joggers?
Nah,
The
I
Brutus
haven't
joggers.
seen that.
They're nice. They're pretty nice. I mean, they're plain looking, but like they're like the black with the dark gray
Yeah.
logo.
Yeah.
So it's pretty
So
nice.
remind me to do that.
Alright.
I really need some USA Wrestling.
I have no idea how we went from whatever it is we were talking about to like your online shopping habits or lack
Because
thereof.
the Olympic Training Center, when he said a USA Wrestling or
Oh.
Olympic Wrestling.
Okay, so
shirt-
you're talking like for me to pick up some sweats.
No.
No.
Okay, Tyler.
He's gonna give me the money, and I'm gonna order them with my.
Oh, you're gonna order them. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't even know if I'm
I
getting
don't-
into the shop to like
nah.
go over there. I was like, I
Nah.
want to, and like for real, if I get in and
Taking
we can get some
orders.
gear, like
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to bring back some gear. I need to like get some money and like
Yeah.
roll up in there. and be
I was
like,
still waiting on my Michigan gear that which was. Did you ever hear that story?
No.
Which one?
So when I emailed Coach.
Bormet.
No, before him.
Oh,
What's it? What was his name?
I don't know. Like they're not gonna send you anything as much as you badmouth all their Michigan wrestlers.
Wow, I definitely do not. As much as I homer out with them
You're
too.
so biased.
Who did he say? Who when he talked about Meechik today? How?
Okay, first of all,
Ducking?
Ducking
Duck.
that's
today.
facts though.
The whole
That's,
season?
that's hashtag facts. And
Did
then,
you he just
Hashtag.
hashtag.
And then
I'm gonna give you a flying knee on camera right here and
but
now.
then, who
Like,
was the
just
one
gonna-
who picked
Mr.
Dom to
Hash-
beat Bo Nickel?
Hmm?
Who was the one who picked Dom to beat Bo Nickel? And then I changed it up afterwards.
I was
But
about
we're
to say,
not-
did you really?
I did. I didn't want
blasphemous.
But because he almost did. Matter of fact, he should have when they wrestled up during the regular season 2 years ago.
It was like 2 years ago, man.
That's what I'm saying,
Bringing
and
up
that's-
2 years.
Sips tea.
He's like bringing up 2 years ago, Bo Nickel versus
Right.
like.
Versus.
Oh wait, so what do you think about Bo Nickel getting like? I mean, I guess he was the man for it, like the special wrestle off for the U23 team, but like, did it look like he really tried against Cox, or did he just kind of concede that I'm getting my butt whooped and I'm just gonna get like, Cox is at that level, and
Yeah.
like everybody thought that he was here, and Cox was like, nah, buddy,
Yeah.
and especially that like beforehand look was like, just
Yeah.
looking forward to the support of the world and rep the USA. And Cox like looked at him like, dude, I'm
There's
about to
levels to this.
I am about
There's
to
levels
like,
to this, buddy.
wreck
Yeah.
your world, like for real, no joke.
Yeah.
Like he is about to give him a flying knee like Tyler took.
Yeah.
Like so. The dog.
Somebody's trying to get him.
But yeah, I mean, you're talking about aliens, man. You're talking
Oh,
about
seriously,
aliens.
you going
Where
back
did
to
you
aliens.
get back?
Well, Jaden Cox.
What? All right,
Okay.
I'm gonna give him that one.
Okay.
I'll give him that
Okay.
one. Like, the
That's
whole
okay.
alien
Yeah,
thing.
the whole alien thing. That's what I'm saying. We're talking about aliens again. But yeah, no, I mean,
He outscored everyone, what, 32, 37?
38 to 0.
Something like that.
38-0. He went full on Kyle Dake.
Yeah.
At, world-
Untouchable.
Yeah, like just straight.
Yeah, I almost cussed, but I changed it because I'm
Yeah.
trying to work on that.
You're trying to work on cussing.
Yeah.
When did that happen? Well, other than I guess because we're recording, or
Yeah.
That's
what?
the primary reason.
Huh?
That's the primary. I
And
just
it's
started
like-
5 minutes ago.
No, and it's also like because it's not like it's on like Tyler's podcast where it's kind of like explicit ratings. Like I guess this is more of our,
Yeah.
like viewer friendly
Right. And I
version.
mean, and I am definitely wearing my school T-shirt.
Yeah, that's true.
And-
He's a mister.
Yeah.
to represent us properly. But.
He's a mister.
Okay, and so that I actually have a question about the Mister thing
Oh,
So-
how do we get to this?
because he said
You
it.
said you're wearing your shirt, and I said he's a mister now. So.
Now is the Mister? Is that something like Spartanburg Community
No.
College, or is that like a broader? Okay,
Statewide and a few chapters
Statewide,
outside of South Carolina as well.
awesome.
Chicago, Tennessee, Florida, Georgia, Kansas, I believe.
You know what it sounds like in a way, like which is really kind of cool though, but like kind of beat the streets except for wrestling, except for like in education stuff. I mean, like same type of thing. Like it's for
How?
Huh?
How?
just because all the places he listed are places where beat the streets are.
I'm just saying.
No, they do the things for like like beat the streets is meant for trying to help people out. Mister is meant for trying to help people out.
It's help young students and all that, yeah, but I guess, man.
We'll go.
It is. I don't know.
Only
I like
because-
Beat the Streets. Just
Only
because
because we're a wrestling podcast, he had to make that.
I did have to go. I had to bring it back somehow too.
Don't worry, because I think it was last episode. I kept talking about
Final X. And
Final
then I was
X.
like,
I
you
mean,
mean
Beat
like
the
Beat
Streets.
So-
That's what I was meaning to talk about. Beat the Streets, and I kept talking
You
about
kept saying
because I kept saying Askren and Chael need to have one at Beat the Streets, but I kept using Final X.
Final X, yeah.
And he just kept going with it, so I'm just
Well,
looking
I
stupid
mean-
for like 20 minutes.
I don't know. Like you took another shot to the head earlier before we
Yes.
recorded again. So I
Sounds
figured
about
like, you know.
I actually, come to think about it, no, me and
you
Brandon,
did take a shot.
I did to the head. Like, funny enough, and it did.
Funny
kinda
enough,
stun
so
me.
that low percentage move you've got hit with
Yeah.
several
So
times.
me
now.
and Brandon were rolling one day, and I forget how it happened. I can't remember if I took a shot into his knee, or he was doing something, and I like hit my head with his knee, but like it hit, and then all of a sudden I said, "Whop!" And I kind of went to the ground, and then I was like back up for it. Like I was good after that, but for like a minute I was like so confused. I was like looking up, and I was like,
As
Whoa.
G would put it, you were counting the lights.
Counting the lights.
I was
There you
counting
go.
the stars, man. I didn't know what was happening, and then I came back through like a couple seconds later, and like.
Oh God.
He was asking me, he's like,
I
you
can't
good?
wait
And
to
I was
see
like, it was funny because it's exactly like how you see in MMA. It's like, right when he said you good, I went for like another takedown.
Yeah.
He's like,
it's
"You're good."
over. It's over, dude. It's over.
It's like, you're done.
that. Yeah. I mean,
No, that happened
Ben
a couple
couldn't
months ago,
even
so
walk,
maybe.
so like,
Well,
Ben Askren couldn't
No,
walk.
he was-
I mean, because his
Starched.
leg was
Like when you say starched, like that's
Yeah,
he was
he
the
was
definition.
his neck
of
was
starched.
stiff, his arms were stiff, his
Arms,
legs were stiff, like
legs.
everything.
All right, so kids out there getting a little bit louder and whatnot. So obviously, always a good time when Quasi shows up. Somebody gets picked on.
Did we even
Yeah.
hit our full topics that we were going to talk about?
Probably.
Because I don't even
I
think we had
didn't-
time.
I don't.
even
I don't
have-
think we started to talk about what we were wanting to talk about, and then it just
And
went.
then got into trying to pronounce Dogu.
Gazer,
Yeah.
Dogu, and then the Russian thing, in which and then Make a Wish Kid over here just went completely sidetracked, and
Make a
It's a rough day. I'm struggling.
took a knee to the head, and
It'd be like that sometimes.
So, but yeah, so 2 weeks, and we got to get together again. Roll by, get you back on there, and then
I meant to record while I was down in Charleston. I always say I'm going to do it, and I end up never doing it. Like I hate that about myself sometimes. Like
I think we all get that way a little bit.
You get so
like,
busy and like.
I've got like a list of my notebooks upstairs, but I got a list of like subcasts or like little ideas to talk
Same,
about. Dude.
yeah.
So, but yeah, it's just a matter of getting it all on there.
I'm
So.
trying to think about like what is like some of the stuff. I don't. We're trying to ignore what's going
I'm
on.
trying to understand what they're saying. Like I
Yeah.
completely tuned you out, no
Yeah.
offense, but I was like,
They're shooting each other with Nerf guns. I hear the guns clicking,
okay.
and then there might be some wrestling and choking out.
I
I don't know which dog.
I
is
feel
that
like a
for,
puppy's
too.
about to come in.
Yep. All right. The puppy has to get on the show.
Of course.
All right. With his crown of shame, or not really crown of shame, but
Day trooper.
just gonna take care of him. All right. I guess on that note, kids screaming, dogs in the room. Yeah, we don't edit, so is what it is. Get you back together again.
And here you come, huh?
I'm gonna have to join you guys on one of your shows where it's
I haven't had one since like January.
yeah, I got him. So
I haven't had one in a hot minute. I need to.
Yeah,
I've
we
had
need
people
to.
asking me about it. Like,
Same.
when are you gonna record again? I'm like,
and that's why I knew we were leaving tomorrow, and I was like, hey dude, what are you doing today? And then that, and it's also stalling on my packing and other things. So
For sure. I hate guys.
Did you
I just did
Really,
your
my
song.
guy?
You said
Oh, you're
stall.
so cringe. That was cringe. I'm sorry.
He is taking a knee to the head very shortly here.
And somebody's banging on the door.
Yes. All right. On that note,
I
we're
feel
out,
like
guys.
that's Henry.